welcome to our DIY tote bag tutorial. Today we'll be taking tote bag making to the next level with a game-changing twist, invisible inner sewing. Get ready to be amazed as you transform ordinary fabric into stylish tote bag with a flawless finish. Do you see that inside? Into the inside of the tote bag. Okay, let's get started. Now look at this. I already cut out the measurement I want. You can cut yours based on your preference. You can, like, if you know the size of, okay, maybe I want to do a tote bag of 13 by 13 inches, so you just cut, you add 3 inches to the vertical and 2 inches to the like sides, 2 inches, then straight 3 inches. So you sew it out, you sew the outer part first. That's just sew it outside first. Can you see I'm sewing it outside, not inside? The magic we want to do here is, like, we don't want our inside to show. You know, there are some materials that, like, the wool will be removing, so this is going to keep it. So we are going to sew it round inside and outside first. Can you see I'm sewing it outside because we want it to be very neat inside, and we want the stitches to be invisible. So we are going to sew it round, not round. We are to leave the upper place of the bag, but we are going to sew the two sides and the down part. We are going to sew it round, and we are going to sew that 3 places. Then that's the first step. And now I'm just going to sew around. Please, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please kindly do it to subscribe. And to those that have subscribed, thank you so much. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you so much. So we're just going to sew it round. I've said that before. Then after that, we're going to turn it to the wrong side, or to the other side. That's the inside. Then we are going to sew it again, just like the way we did it before in the right side. So we are going to sew it round here again. So we are just going to sew it round, just to keep the sewing inside. You know, the one we've done before outside will not be inside. So this is how the inside of our bag will look like. Isn't this beautiful? So that's the inner sewing. So you see the way we are going to complete the hand. It's just the best tote bag tutorial you will see on the net. So I'm just going to sew it in round to keep the stitches we did it before, to keep it inside. So now that's why to sew this, you can, like, sew it with 5 inches. Just make sure when you are sewing the outer one before, just make sure you sew it with the smallest inches you can manage with. If it's half, no problem. So if you are sewing with half, when you are doing this, just you can stitch it with half too. So to make the sewing, these stitches to be inside, so it will not show both outside, it will not show inside. So can you see, it's a magic. It's just like to keep it very neat, both inside and outside. So now we want to move to the hand. You see how I'm going to join the hand. It's also a special way. Can you see? We're going to do it like just this hand. I cut 4 inches. You can cut 4 inches. You can make it wider. You can cut 3.5. You can cut 3.5 by, you want it 22 inches, your choice. It's 3.5 by 23 inches, 4 inches. Some people do it 1.5. You want it very wide. So that if you want it to be 1.5, that means you're going to be cutting that's 6 inches. If you want it to be 1.5 flat, so you are going to first fold it into, we are folding into 4, because the way we folded it, put it in the middle, then fold. Can you see how we are doing it? So I'm not going to show how I did the second handle, because it's still the same step that we are going to follow. So just let it meet in the middle, then fold. Some people, if it's a very thick material, some people just will first iron it. Most fashion designers, you iron to form that shape, so it will be easier for you and to be straight. because some materials, if you do it like this, it may not come out neat. It may, like, it wants to be very curved. But that kind of material, if it's a leather, we'll first use gum to gum it down, and so it will be easy. But if it's cloth and it's not, the cloth is soft, you can just use iron and it out. Iron it out like this, then when you fold it, iron it again. So you're just going to be stitching it straight, no extra work. But because this material is very good and I can do it straight, so I didn't bother ironing or gumming. So I did it straight, and when I didn't show the second one on camera because I know it's the same process, just to shorten the video. So after sewing the handle, the next thing is to join. Please don't miss out in the joining aspect, because it's a very special way to join. I don't think most YouTuber would, most tote bag makers join it that way, but just join it that way for it to be easier, and that's why I even fold my handle. Some people will just like stitch it inside, everywhere is fine, but I just want my handle to like be thicker, so that to be able to carry a very heavy something, because I love my tote bag handle very thick. So I fold it like, instead of sewing in the middle then looking for how I want to turn it over, so I stitch it like this. After stitching that side, then I'll just stitch it in this other side too, to hold it down very well. We didn't fold the other side, just to stitch it down, to hold it down very, very well. Now we want to join our bag. So please don't wait till the end of the bag to stitch. We'll just keep try and be cutting your wool, your thread, protruding thread, so it will not, if you wait for you to finish, you might not see everything. So try and reduce it. So now we are trying to, this is the bag and this is the handle. For the distance, because this bag is 13 by 13 inches, it's 13 and a half when I was done with it. So I did 3.5 from each side. So 3.5 from each side. So you can do it according to your own preference. Your own might be 2 inches from me, but I don't want it to be too close. I don't want it to be too far from each other. So I did it on 3.5. Can you see? And the part that is 3.5, I first stitch it down so it will be easier. Just stitch it down first, kind of thing, before we, stitch it and cover it up. I first stitch it down to know the location, to know where my handle will be. So I stitch it down. Can you see? 3.5 to. Then I'm going to make sure when you are doing this handle, you do not make mistake, because sometimes it's not the place you're supposed to stitch down. Maybe you're supposed to turn it the other way around to make your handle. Cross check it very well, so you will not just stitch the wrong side down that you now have to start losing. Because I've made a mistake when I just started sewing to this type of bag. So just make sure, check it very well that, okay, yes, it's following the same side, it's the same side, same direction. It's not, I didn't make the mistake. So then stitch it down. Do it for the front part and also for the back part. It's going to have 2 handles. So this is the front part, and stitches for the back part too. So after stitching it, that's when you want to finishing, close it very well. So that's when I did it for the front part. Now this is the back part that I want to sew the handle. So after joining it, is the only thing remaining is the finishing. We're almost getting to the end of the video. If you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Please subscribe now. Thank you. So can you see this me doing it to the, have you subscribed? Please subscribe. Thank you. So this is me joining it to the back part of the bag. So Please make sure that your hand is the hand of the hand of the direction of the handle is right, and don't make mistake in turning the handle. So now we want to do the finishing. Can you see the bag that it's already like a see our tote bag 90% ready. So now we want to do the finishing. So can you see, fold one, you can use 1 inch. Then we know how we used to finish our clothes when they are sewing. The fashion designer used to like finish their clothes, you know just fold. Please let it be big. If it's 1 inch, it's going to be fine. Like, fold first, then turn it the second time. That's how we want to sew this. So we're just going to sew it round, just to make everything, to make it very fine. The machine I was using here is a cloth machine, and it's a cloth needle. If it's to be my bag needle, I will take the handle up to stitch it there. But this is also fine. I love it because I'm still going to stitch the hand up. But if your bag and your machine can do it, you can, instead of sewing it down like that, you take it up and sew it on it like that. But you have to be careful that your machine can sew it, so it will not lose there when the thing you're sewing is too thick. So, but if you're using a clothes machine, please just leave it like this, and at the second stitching of the upper part, that's when you now sew your tote bag. So can you see the way I'm sewing it? Just please don't forget, fold. You can use 1 inch, you can use 1.5 inches. Just know that's why I said you should add 3 inches in the beginning of the bag. That's why I said you should add 3 inches, because the half inches, half, we sew it half outside, half inside. That's one. Then the upper place, we folded it first 1 inch, second 1 inch. That's why I said add 3. So if you want your own to be like 1.5 up, and as you are sewing down, so you can't use 5 inches, please use the calculation to know how you want to add the extra. Why I said 2 inches in the sideways, half inches. So half inches for sewing inside and for sewing outside. So that's 1 inch per side, and that's 2 inch. So if you're going to do a bag of 16 by 16 inches, so you mean that's 3 vertical and 2 horizontal. That's why you're going to do 19 by 18. So that's how you get the side. So now, after stitching, you just stitch it to the end. Can you see? I'm almost done with the stitching here. So don't forget that if you want to do any bag and you want to follow this measurement of 1 inches, folding 1 inches up, and the sewing of 0.5 each, you just have to add 3 inches to the side, to this 2 inches to the side, and 3 inches vertical. So after this whole sewing, and after joining it down, you're just going to stitch it in the upper part. Please don't forget, you're just going to stitch it in the upper part, and that's the end. Imagine, that's the end of everything. Please, if you have not subscribed, let me remind you again, please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. So you're just going to, so that's the end of the down stitches here. So now you're just going to stitch the upper part. So you're just going to stitch it in the upper part. So I'm just cutting the thread here. So you're going to stitch the upper part. Can you see the upper part of it? You're just going to stitch that one round. And this, I told you that time that the machine I'm using cannot stitch it down in that when I was stitching the down part. So now you just have to stitch it down here. So can you see you're stitching? Can you see you're stitching it up? Can you see? Just check very well, and you see the way I stitch it up. So you're just going to stitch the upper part very well. There, anywhere you see the handle, raise it up and stitch it down. Can you see? So that's the only thing you are going to be doing. After stitching it round, that's the end of this video. Imagine, just the end of this tote bag. That's just the end. Thank you for staying to the end of this video. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your subscription. Thank you so much. And if you have any suggestion, please drop it in the comment section. Thank you so much. And there you have it, the magic of DIY tote bag making with invisible inner seam. We hope you enjoyed following along and learned some new tricks to elevate your crafting game. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing DIY tutorials. Until next time, keep creating and stay fabulous. Thank you.